Today on the Power 5, I've got 3 winners for you in college basketball. 2 of them are conference tournament finals. If you're into the NBA, I'll be talking about the lone game on TNT. That's Bucks Pacers, plus a little Champions League for all you non-believers. But before we get to the free plays, it is $5 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com, where I'm currently on a red-hot 36 14-2 all sports run. I've got a 4% best bet already locked and loaded. And yes, just $5 to get on board. We'll be telling you more about that in just a little bit. But let's start with Delaware, NC Wilmington in the CAA tournament final, 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Delaware, they are the early Cinderella story here in March. The Blue Hens were the 12 seed in this tournament. They have now won 4 games in 4 days, just upset the top seed Towson last night. But I think Delaware runs out of gas here against a NC Wilmington team that I've called the best in the Coastal all season long. My apologies, though, to anyone who tailed me on my half of the double play on yesterday's morning wager. I said to play NC Wilmington, laying the points against Charleston in the semifinal. They were up 4 in the closing seconds. Looked like it was going to be a fortunate cover, but then, of course, they give up the 3 at the buzzer to win by only 1. Nevertheless, you got to think NC Wilmington shoots better than 40% overall and 30% from 3 tonight. Those were their percentages in last night's game. Winning 5 games in 5 days is a really tall order for any team. As a matter of fact, it's only happened twice in college basketball history. And do we really think a Delaware team that was, again, that is the 12 seed in the Coastal, not very good in the regular season at all, came into the conference tourney having won just one of its previous 12 games? Do we think they're going to be the team to do it? They have somehow shot 55% from the field in 3 of their 4 tournament games so far. Gotta think the regression monster takes a bite out of them here. I would lay it with UNC Wilmington up to -9. Next, in the Horizon League tournament final, we've got Youngstown State taking on top seed Robert Morris, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. A few days ago, told Adam Trigger that I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Youngstown State make a run in this tourney. Penguins 2 years ago were the top seed and got upset in the quarterfinal. Now they're a 4 seed and just 1 win away from their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. I would not at all be surprised if they get it. Take Youngstown State +4 here. Let's look at what the Penguins did last night, which was win a game against Cleveland State, 56-54, in which they shot just 36% from the field, only 30% from 3, and 52% from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Cleveland State actually shot 67%, 8 of 12 from three-point range. Being able to win a game when those percentages are against you, pretty impressive as far as I'm concerned. Meanwhile, I've been skeptical of Robert Morris much of this season. Old Bobby Moe needed OT last night to beat the 6th seed Oakland. They trailed for most of that game. In fact, we're down by as many as 11 in the second half. Again, I take the points here with Youngstown State. For the third and final college hoops look today, we move to the Big Sky Conference. This tournament has reached the semifinals, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. We've got top seed Northern Colorado out to a 5.5-point favorite over Montana State, who had to play yesterday. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado advanced with a win on Sunday night, so a rest advantage for the top seed. But I think it's too many points that they're laying. Montana State looked great last night in blowing out Idaho State 80-60. Curiously, leading scorer Brandon Walker did not play again. It sort of seems like the Bobcats are better without him. Here's what we do know about Montana State, though. They actually have a slightly better KenPom rating than the 2 seed Montana, who's still alive on the other side of the bracket. I expect this to be a close game. Again, would take the points. Now, for my top play tonight in college basketball, which again, available for only $5, head on over to WT.buzz/BP. Not only am I on that 36, 14-2 all sports run, as I mentioned before, but I'm 32-13 my last 45 college basketball releases. Did lose with Arkansas State last night. Apologies for that, but still a perfect 5-0 in March with college plays rated 4% or higher. Tonight's play is a 4% best bet. Strong play, stronger than last night. Again, only $5, WT.buzz/BP. Let's next turn to the NBA, where we had a good night last night. Cashed 3 of the 4 plays I gave out here on the Power 5. Not to mention my first premium release since the All-Star break. Charlotte +9.5 was an outright winner. Thanks to all that were on board with me for that one. Going to talk about Bucks Pacers today, 7:40 Eastern on TNT. Bucks are 2-0 head-to-head against the Pacers this season. They do come into tonight's tilt, though, off back-to-back losses, both at home. That said, Indiana's dropped 3 in a row, all on the road, and I don't think a return home is going to help this Pacers team. They're on the second night of a back-to-back after losing in Chicago, 121-103 last night. There was no Tyrese Halliburton for that game. Indiana trailed by as many as 24. I'd lay the 2.5 with Milwaukee here Just feel they're the better team at this point. All right, we close out the Power 5 with some Champions League. Take PSG, draw no bet against Liverpool. You can get this at plus money. PSG should have won the first leg. They had a 27-2 edge in shots on goals, yet somehow found a way to lose 1-0. Just the second time in Champions League history a team lost a match in which it had a shot differential of plus 25 or better. Yes, I know this second leg is being played at Anfield, but PSG can win here. Liverpool's looked pretty moral recently. Really lethargic first half over the weekend against Southampton in the Premier League. Meanwhile, PSG have won 13 straightaway matches. I think at the very least they cancel out this 1-goal deficit inside 90 minutes plus stoppage time. Might be a situation where we go to added time. Who knows what happens after that? But I like PSG, draw no bet. Power 5 recap time here for the show. Like UNC Wilmington up to -9 against Delaware. We like Youngstown State plus the points, getting 4 at Robert Morris. I'd play that down to 3. In the Big Sky semifinal, the first semifinal, I like Montana State plus 5.5 against Northern Colorado. NBA, I like the Bucks -2.5 at Indiana. And then in the Champions League, a little soccer, PSG draw no bet against Liverpool. Remember to comment down below with your thoughts on those plays. After you're done doing that, head over to wt.buzz/BP to get my $5 play for Tuesday. Again, 36-14-2 all sports run, 32-13 last 45 plays in college basketball. That is going to do it for the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you did. Remember to click subscribe if you already haven't done so. And until next time, let's cash some tickets.